Griffith Piney Park Museum and GRAPA, the Griffith and Regional Association of the Performing Arts, would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians and first storytellers of the land on which we live, work and perform. We pay our respect to elders past, present and emerging, and we extend that respect to all Indigenous people on the airwaves today. Vintage Voices. Tune into Griffith's History, a radio play series by Griffith Piney Park Museum and GRAPA. There was a time when the wireless was king. The family ritual of gathering around the radio set was at the heart of households, tuning into their favourite stories or news from beyond their communities. Vintage Voices is the resurrection of this ritual, telling tales based on the real histories of Griffith through the nostalgic radio play.
Mickey Cush's coach. In the very early 1900s, the settlement of Bagtown was established in the Murrumbidgee irrigation area. Families travelled to Bagtown to establish new lives, with the men usually working on the construction of the canals we now use today. To get to Bagtown, people travelled from the train station at Wilbriggy by coach. The driver of the coach was a man by the name of Mickey Cush. This coach carried goods from the train such as mail, food and other supplies. The round trip for the train station to Bagtown and back was a total of 22 miles, which is equivalent to around 35 kilometres. Our story follows a number of characters as they take their first journey to Bagtown aboard Mickey Cush's coach.
So just a few miles to travel and we'll be in Bagtown. Not too far away now, folks.
I don't see any buildings, Papa.
Sure you can, Sara. See? Right over there in the distance. Those small brown buildings. You see them?
They're not buildings. Well, not like in Sydney. Dear Lord.
Well, what did you expect? We're a long way from Sydney. It's going to be very different out here.
It may not look like much, but we'll have everything we need here. Think of it as an adventure.
Is there a theatre?
Golly, you might be in for a shock, lassie. A theatre. Well, that's a new one.
Excuse me for interrupting. The name is Johnny, and this is my wife Dorothy. We have friends in Bagtown. They have young children just like you, and they always have plenty to keep them busy. I'm sure you'll be very entertained.
G'day, Johnny. I'm Alan.
And I'm his wife, Elizabeth. Everyone calls me Bess. Is there much to do for we women folk, Dorothy?
Please, call me Polly. And yes, from what I've heard, there are dances held every month. They sound as though they're the greatest fun. Oh, and darling.
Yes, ma'am.
I've even heard there's a circus that may be visiting.
A circus? Really? Yippee!
Hey now, little one. Sit back down and watch the post parcels there. Tango will have my hide if his butter gets ruined.
Tango?
You talking about Tango Joe there, Mr. Cush?
Sure am. Tango Joe Burgess runs the tea rooms on the corner in Bagtown. Good rooms if you need somewhere to stay. The man swears he's got no bugs in the bed.
A tea room out here? I imagine it's something like a charming little shop like we visited after we left the train at Will, how'd you say it again?
Wilbriggy.
That's it, Wilbriggy. I like that shop.
Well, no. I can't say Tango's is charming. Mr. Orr, you see, runs that shop in Wilbriggy, and he keeps it well stocked.
He certainly does. I loved all the sweets, and the cold drinks were so refreshing after our train journey.
I even got some fishing hooks from the good man.
Well, Tango Joe is much more of a character than Peter Orr. You'll see. His tea room is also very well stocked, if you know what I mean, fellas. Tango makes his own cordials.
Oh, I do love cordial.
Some of the cordials may be a bit strong for you, girlie. You might be better off with one of his sandwiches. They're beaut. I deliver him the butter, the bacon, all of it. The next day, I buy it back from him, wrapped in brown paper. They're delicious.
A bit strong? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Bagtown a prohibited area? No alcohol?
Yeah, it is. Not a drop allowed. Don't tell that to Tango, though. He's got this specialty, you see. Calls it Pinky. You'd swear it's real sherry. He also serves hot beer to the fellas.
I thought you said this was a tea room. It doesn't seem like a reputable place to take children.
I want to go to Tango's, Ma.
Oh, but it is, ma'am. I don't mean to ward you off. Tango serves meals around the clock, you see. Oh, and he sells other drinks too. Lemonade, ginger beer. Ice cold and wonderful after spending a long day in this dusty place. G'day, Jack. Yeah, it is a cool one. The road's been pretty good. Been making back in good time. Reckon might send some rain, Savo. You should be able to make it back with no problems. Alright. Hooroo. That's Jack Ray, taking his piece to the train.
Will he get caught up if it rains?
Perhaps. I'll check on him tomorrow when I head back out.
You travel all this way every day, Mr. Cush. It must be what? How many miles?
22 here and back. Yes, ma'am, I travel rain and shine. Had to get out and push a couple of times, mind you. George Harrington, he tends to the coach and keeps in good nick for me. Linseed oil, that's his secret.
Well, these roads are certainly not like the ones in Scotland.
Early days yet, ma'am? You just wait. Well, there's a whole lot warmer here than in Scotland too, I'll wager. Rightio, here we are. Welcome to Bagtown. And this is Tango Joe's.
Pinky. Panned and punched by a pugilist. Pinched and potted by a ponderous policeman. What a funny sign.
I told you it was a character. Old Tango.
These buildings are so strange. They're not made of bricks.
No, they're made from bags. That's why it's called Bagtown. That right, Mr. Cush?
Yes, ashen bags, some cement, bit of corrugated iron, bit of timber, kerosene tins, you name it.
Dear Lord.
I see our friends. Thank you very much, Mr. Cush, for escorting us.
Thank you, Mr. Cush. The journey was indeed very entertaining. Goodbye.
Perhaps I'll see you at Tango Joe's tomorrow evening, Johnny. We can have a drink.
Sounds beaut, mate. See you around. Bye.
Do you need any help unloading your delivery, Mr. Cush?
Here, let me help.
No, I can manage. Don't rush off just yet, though. I have a special delivery to show the young lasses.
What is it?
It's under here somewhere. Give me a sec. Here we go.
What is that, Mr. Cush? A tin?
No, child. You want a theatre? Well, here's the next big thing.
It's a film reel.
Father's right. A film by the name of Caught in the Rain.
Really? Charlie Chaplin? All in this tiny tin?
All right. Tom Bottrell down there in Channelbank. He often plays films at his picture shows. Mrs. Hawkins gets on the piano and plays along the film. It's always a great night. Quite the social outing for the whole family.
Mother, can we go?
Of course, dear.
It's hard yards out here, but we know how to have some fun. You'll learn that.
I love this place already.
Well, I best deliver Tango's precious supplies. I'll see you all around. Perhaps at the next picture show.
Oh, definitely, Mr. Cush. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Mr. Cush.
Goodbye, Mr. Cush.
Dear Lord.
Mickey Cush's Coach was written by Lisa Semmler and directed by Aaron Grugan. Produced by Bonnie Owen and Griffith Piney Park Museum. Edited by Aaron Grugan. Original music by Catherine Innes. Selected sound effects courtesy of Charles Sturt University Sound Files. Mickey Cush's Coach featured the voice talents of Stephen Forrest, Greg Halloran, Margaret Keith, Laura Weppler, Katerina Bertolissi, Ellena Halloran, Matt Ingles, Jess Murphy and Brette Morton. Next week on Vintage Voices, it's free drinks tomorrow in Tango Joe's.